once again the Bachelor Boys. I'm Jim.
I'm Art.
And what have we got today, Art?
Well, today we have a creepy midgets run amok film from Full Moon Pictures called The Creeps.
The Creeps is one of Full Moon's later titles, directed by cult movie bigwig Charles Band, producer of such classics as Puppet Master and Trances.
Let's take a look at this cover. Now, here you've got all the creeps, right? And they've got this woman, and she doesn't actually appear in the film, or so we think.
While we were watching this film, we were so impatient with it. It took so long to get to the midgets. The entire first third of the film was this endless exposition and build-up.
Basically, the plot revolves around this mad professor who needs to steal the original manuscripts of famous works of horror fiction. He needs these so he can resurrect some famous monsters to help him get revenge on everyone who's wronged him in his life. Although the film was decently acted and felt like it had okay production values, it seemed pretty rushed, like it was shot over a 3-day period. And also, it felt like it was set in only 3 different places.
A library.
A video store.
And the Mad Professor's lab. The leading human characters in this film, although being quite capable actors, were pretty standard fare.
First you've got this blonde librarian woman. She gets embroiled in the mad professor's plot after she accidentally lets him steal the Frankenstein manuscript. She also likes to speak in partial sentences.
Police, arrest, trial, grand larceny, jail. Berber!
Then you have this generic male hero guy, who looks like a mix between Keanu Reeves and Brendan Fraser. We shall dub him Brendan Reeves. Brendan Reeves works as a private investigator and is based in a video store for some reason. He likes to talk about B-movies. The film overall is fairly self-referential.
Well, we have barbed wire dolls, Irina the bare-breasted countess, and Vampiros Lesbos.
Then you have the head librarian, who's one of the more interesting characters in The Creeps. She's a feminist with a very intense attraction to certain 19th century literature.
Around the middle of the film, she gets turned into an opera-singing Valkyrie by the Creeps.
By the middle of the movie, we were really frustrated because they weren't showing us the midgets.
Where are the midgets we were promised?
We were so frustrated by this that this time our top 5 is top 5 boring bits we had to sit through before they gave us the midgets.
Show us the midgets.
Where are the midgets?
Will cooperate.
Such as what?
Give us the midgets.
Get to the midgets!
Stick to the fingerprints.
Come on, midgets.
Eventually, the mad professor activates this machine, which is meant to create the famous literary monsters, but something goes wrong, as it does, and the monsters come out as midgets.
Finally, we get the midgets we were promised.
There's Midget Frankenstein,
Midget Mummy.
Midget Wolfman,
And our personal favourite, Midget Dracula.
Midget Dracula, who was by far the best actor in the film, was played by veteran actor Phil Fondacaro, who's probably best known for playing Turok the Troll as well as that English professor in the first Troll movie.
We thought Midget Dracula was awesome. Here's a taste of that awesomeness.
Nightmares, made flesh, shall walk the night again.
Inexplicably, at one point in the film, Dracula makes this magical red thing happen.
The other creeps, the ones who weren't Dracula, weren't as awesome. They mostly just shambled about lazily, grunting every now and then.
The premise of the film, we thought, was going to be midgets run amok, killing guys and causing general mayhem. But the only character that they actually dispatch is the head librarian, and all they do is send her into another dimension and turn her into some Valkyrie thing. The motivation of the creeps comes from them wanting to be transformed into their proper size.
A bit of kidnapping happens, but eventually the creeps decide to go back to their own dimension, and all is well again.
But do not fear. We will always be with you in your nightmares.
This film struck us as a very small, short and sweet production. It wasn't really anything special, but it did have a lot of heart and soul.
And some creepy creeps.
In the end, they gave it a good old go.
Until next time, we're the Bachelor Boys.
The creeps is... The creeps?
Whoppin'.